the mix.
How about the
I'm
login
surprised
one?
at Kodiak because I don't have one yet.
There's always a login one on the 27th. Play a match, get a 50 score, and you get 2 mechs out of it.
Oh yeah.
And 1200 MC. And C-Bells, I did believe as well.
It's the most I've ever heard him given away. Kind of worries me, to be honest.
I'm not sure what that is, but I'm not kind of back up. What is going on? Front of my truck is in the ground. Alright, let's call to a shop to come and get me, I guess, because I can't do anything about that. Oh, what? Okay, that sucks. Alright, so does this show what I was stuck in? No, it doesn't. That's a little annoying. Lose a load and get stuck. Alright, let's change trucks. What haven't we driven for a while? We've driven W900 for a while. No, I can't hear on Discord, man. Let me have a look. Maybe my Discord's locked up. Mic check.
All right, how about now?
There we go. Yeah. So my Discord.
All right then. So I streamed yesterday, and for whatever reason, OBS didn't capture my voice. I think it was because I changed some profiles.
Okay.
So I went back to review the video, and apparently I was talking to myself for 6 hours.
There you go. I love that. Yeah, that
I feel like I was
happens.
responding to people and shit like that, and it turns out I wasn't even talking to nobody.
Huh. Well, that's definitely interesting.
Well, I mean, looking back at it now, when I changed profiles to my YouTube profile, apparently there wasn't a freaking audio capture for the mic, and I had not realized that, so I have to add the new source there, audio input, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Let's fix
So
this up a
I
little bit
have.
before we leave. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that load there. I don't know if you've got the stream on or not, but it was really weird. I was coming out of the area where I was sleeping, and it like the ground or something grabbed my truck and wouldn't release it. So I had to jump out, which is kind of annoying because I just picked the load up. It's hard to find the Christmas loads.
Yeah, I seen like vaguely. I might have just missed it
It was hard to tell.
when I pulled up
'cause
the
it's
stream.
dark. Yeah,
Yeah, it
basically
was
I sunk.
quite dark.
Yeah, I sunk is what happened. As I came out of the ground, I sunk. It's really, really frustrating.
Oh, they started it in mud or something?
No, it was concrete, but there must have been something with the programming. And,
Oh, okay. So there was a collision glitch where
yeah, and
you
the
fell through the
bull bar
world
hit
base.
the ground, and I couldn't. Yeah, the bull bar hit the ground, and I couldn't back up.
Okay. So did you ever have any luck getting the crew to work again?
I gave up. So with the difference between American and Australian time is 2:55 Australian now. I generally only play till like 6-ish p.m. my time.
Okay.
So I ended up just playing some Mech Warrior because I just couldn't get the crew to go, and I haven't tried today because I've got 5 games with 5 different events going, and so I figured, well, I'll do the ATS event and get as much of that done today. After that gets done, I'll work on another event and try that one.
Okay.
Turn my headlights on. Oops. Thought my headlights were on.
So I don't know specifically what the deal was.
Yeah, no, it might be something to do with your microphone, I'm guessing. Like I said, I don't know a great deal about that sort of stuff. Ivor or Markali sorts a lot of that stuff out. Yeah, when I have issues, I generally ask him, and he sort of fixes all that stuff for me.
Right. See, I don't know specifically what the issue was, but I just see because it shows mic/aux, and it's at negative 20.5 decibels. But that was just because I was trying to turn the voice down. But see, it doesn't show anything. It's like grayed out. So I add a new audio input capture, and it's starting to capture my voice. I thought it was weird that it wasn't doing that before. And that I didn't realize it while I was doing my test stream.
I'm surprised if, I don't know if people were viewing or what happened there, but I'm surprised that someone didn't turn around and say, we
Right?
If I go in
Yeah.
someone's stream and I'm viewing them and they're speaking, I can't hear them. I generally go, hey man, I can't hear what you're saying.
Well, right.
It's
So
very
I don't
quiet.
do the camera.
Okay.
No particular reason why not. Just I don't.
Some people aren't comfortable with the camera. Like I said, the only reason I use the camera is because I have a dash cam camera that isn't getting used, and I was sick of it sitting in the car and figured, why not? I'll try this, and it works. So it's the only reason
Right.
I wasn't gonna go out and buy a camera for this.
Yeah, that makes.
So it was just by chance that it was plug and play, and it worked. And I'm like, well, that'll do.
I'm gonna see if I can get the game up again
Yeah,
to
I'll try
do what I
going
want.
tomorrow for the crew. I honestly think it's probably an issue with the fact that my computer's a little bit long in the tooth, and because it's such a big CPU intensive game, my computer's having dramas with the initial fire up. It doesn't have an issue running the game. I think it has an issue starting the game.
Yeah. So I mean, I look and check my CPU usage, and system spikes up to about 20%. Sitting here waiting for it to load, and I get something BE service that pops up. Okay, so the Battle service
That's the launcher, yeah.
and the crew game shows up.
I keep having issues with I'll send it to them going, hey, I can't download it, I can't load your game up for a while and see if they can find like something.
Trying to load it crazy.
And then they give me a quick launcher or something.
Yeah, no, I'm looking like I'm watching a task. A minute. Because it shouldn't have to. And if they do like preload, they should at least like bring the screen up and then do their loading portion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think really all it is they're not bringing the screen up before they do all their loading. They're just preloading everything and then bringing the screen out. Which isn't typical.
Your computer barely runs it as it is.
Right.
Like my computer, it barely runs it. It all preload, puts so much stress on the computer that it won't fire at the beginning, but it will play it once it's
Yeah.
done. I don't know what the issue is, because I've played it the first 2 days I downloaded it, and I played it with no issue at all. And that's it good. Like, I've done a 6-hour stream on it for the first day. I got the good.
Yeah, so yeah, it took a good couple of minutes to load it.
So that should be able to see the mirror clearly now. Not that you can really see anything in the mirror, but that shouldn't be over the mirror anymore, and I'll drag it back up and I'll leave it more up.
Well, it was more to like when you were trying to back the trailer in and stuff. I couldn't see what you were doing.
That's fair enough. I'm going to set up separate scenes. I just haven't done it yet. The reason I haven't put it in that bottom corner to begin with is that when I play MWO, that's where the image, what we call the paper doll, is that shows B red is damaged, and it'd cover that. So that's why I feel
Right.
like left middle. I forgot about this mirror. You forget about all that sort of stuff on your screen. Because,
Yeah, no, I get
the
that.
whole left side of the screen, I've got my dashboard on as well. The whole left side of the screen is covered by OBS, so I don't see what goes on in the left corner of the screen. I couldn't tell that it was covering the mirror.
Oh, right, okay. So I got Elite Dangerous and the Crew 2 yesterday. I got them both at the same time while they were on discount. And I haven't tried the VR portion of Elite Dangerous, but I have seen a couple of videos of somebody using it. And I had to order a device. See, I got one of the USB-C type plugins on my computer, and currently the way I have the VR set up is I only have the one HDMI out port, and that plugs into my second monitor. Now I realize that while I'm wearing the VR equipment, I don't technically need the second monitor, but when I unplug it, any icons or windows that I have set to go to my secondary monitor, they all like reset. So then they're all stuck on my first monitor. So I have to like fix everything every time I change over. So I ordered a USB-C to like multiple different outputs. So one of them's USB 3.1, and one's an HDMI port, and then one's another USB-C outlet, so that I can have the headset plugged in through the USB-C, and I can plug in the HDMI and the USB 3.1, and then I'll have the monitor plugged into the built-in HDMI port, so then I can have both monitors and keep my Oculus Rift plugged in at all times.
Yeah, see, I've got ports on the front of the computer that very rarely get used, just because the way I've got my computer set, it's too far away to use a lot of the things.
Right.
And then I've got 6 at the back of the computer, and 3 of them are USB 3s and 3 of them are USB 2s. So I run like the steering wheel and my internet stick,
Yeah.
like the camera off the USB 2s, and then I use my mouse, my keyboard, and my headphones off the USB 3.
Right, so I got a USB 3.0 hub, so I can plug that into the 3.0 port, and it's a powered hub, so that I don't have an issue with powering any devices. But I gotta say, I should have gone with an HTC Vive as far as VR goes. I would recommend that to anybody since buying the Oculus Rift, and the reason's actually a really simple one, and that's that the HTC Vive, they use your Wi-Fi network to connect the IR sensors, whereas the Oculus Rift uses USB cables to connect the IR sensor. And the reason why that's a big deal is because the HDMI, or not the HDMI, I'm sorry, the USB hookups that those sensors for the Rift use are quite limited as far as light distance. So I can't get a room scale, set up to where I can put a sensor in opposite corners of the room and have it cover the whole room. Because of that, I'd have to buy a third one and then get a USB extension cord. Oh, there's other players on the map. That's cool.
Yeah, this is the multiplayer rather than this that I was playing the one.
Okay.
This one is multiplayer.
All right, that's nifty.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad. So you've got other players. It's very rare to see, unless you know like a highly populated area, it's rare to see other players.
Do you have to like abide by the speed limits and shit?
Well, I'm driving a governed truck at the moment, so I'm capped to 65 miles per hour using through the World of Trucks app.
Okay.
Doing a delivery. So if I just picked up a normal in-game delivery, I can basically do whatever speed I can get.
Right.
There are fines and stuff like that every game, but I have them turned off. Just because I turned them off at the start of the game, so I wasn't losing money to speed fines and things like that.
Right.
I couldn't afford to. I mean, I've got 15 million now, so it's really not an issue.
Oh, have you hired other truckers and stuff?
Yeah, in
Or-
American Truck, I have. In Euro
Okay.
Truck, I've started a new profile, so I've still got to work
Right.
on that now. But yeah, so I'll get to that part eventually. I'm doing sort of the Euro Truck side a little bit more properly than I.
Oh, there's another player. It looks like.
Yeah, that was another player that was flying along. And you can join VTCs in this game, which are called virtual trucking companies in the multiplayer version. Now it's in alpha, so obviously you're going to expect bugs and stuff like that and constant changes. Christmas.
Right.
But
Oh,
yeah,
Barstow, you must be in California.
Yeah, I'm doing a delivery from Vegas to California, Oakland, California.
Okay. See, because Barstow was one of the closest towns to Fort Irwin, my last duty station before I got out of the military.
Okay.
And, I mean, it's like 40 miles from Fort Irwin, but yeah, it's because Fort Irwin's 40 miles into the Mojave Desert. But I happened to see the exit for Barstow. I was like, hey, you're in California.
In here as well, you can actually do a delivery to, Cape Bard? Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'll find it up after. But yeah, apparently that's a really big military base as well. Cape Bard, or Cape Bard, something's doing it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No, in that area, I think you got the Nebo Marine Base, and then there's, of course, Fort Irwin. And then from Nebo, there is, that's an annex of the Nebo Marine Base. So, I mean, there's quite a bit in that little area near Barstow.
I have a few little Easter eggs here for certain states. I'm not sure if they've added it before, but I know when you're driving in Roswell at night, I'm not sure the exact time. I used to know, I think it's around midnight, you'll see a little UFO flying over. You'll see little things like that every now and again when you're driving. I don't
That's
know if it's
nifty.
in the multiplayer version. There's definitely in the single players. You'll see little things like that, ghost lights. So it's kind of cool that stuff like that. And then you'll have
Right.
you'll drive past the military base and you'll have like a fighter jet flying over.
Yeah, so my mom sent me a $25 gift card on Amazon for my birthday, and she's been sitting on my Amazon account for a while, and I decided last night I needed that adapter, so I used the gift card. It was like $23 and some cents and change there to get the item to do next day shipping, and you know, I told my old lady, I was like, you know, I went ahead and got something with that gift card, and she gave me this evil look. I'm like, what's wrong with you? She's like, nothing. So, you know, after we did the whole, you know, nothing's wrong, but something's really wrong fucking dance, finally decided to tell me what it was. She was like, I just thought you were going to get me something for Christmas. It's like, with the gift card I got for my birthday, you wanted me to use it to buy you something for Christmas. How the fuck does that make any sense? Like, what the hell?
In her own mind, she'd already had it spent.
Right, like,
This is what I was going to do with it. Yeah, I've had those conversations.
it's like it was my fucking birthday. It was $25 too. Come on.
Yeah, I've had those conversations sometimes. Well, I've been given birthday money. It's like, oh, look, you need to get this, you need to get this for the company, for the jobs, and you need birthday money and something when you're shopping for the weekend.
Right, I mean, I don't mind doing it if we actually need stuff, but I'm not going to spend my money that I got as a gift on a gift for you. That's ridiculous. You know, just wait your damn turn. It's not like I couldn't. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get her a $25 Amazon gift card for Christmas.
See, with my girlfriend, we don't normally have like set presents because we just randomly buy shit during the year, so we don't specifically
Exactly.
buy like birthday or Christmas gifts and stuff like that.
I'm the same exact
I've-
way.
I've ordered something for her for Christmas, but she probably won't get it by Christmas. Maybe she'll probably get it like mid-January. She's got me a gift, and I definitely won't get that till late January. That's not a big deal, you know.
Yeah,
After
my
being with
whole
someone
deal
for
is
12
like-
years, it's no longer an issue to not get something on Christmas.
She holds these holidays to such high esteem, and it's like, I don't care for the holidays. Just to be obligated to some shit. Like, if I want to get you a present, I'm gonna just get you a present.
That's
I
pretty much how
don't
it
need
is
to
with
wait.
us. We're not gonna
I don't need to
it.
wait for a certain day.
Have this, that's kind of at that point where we know Brent and the rest of the family does. So like, I've got to go up to my uncle's to see my grandmother on Christmas on the 25th, and then I've got to drive back up the same mountains the next day on the 26th to see my father and stepmother because they want to see us too. I was like, you live 2 streets apart. Why couldn't you both do it on the same day?
Right, exactly.
The holidays now has become a chore and an expensive one. Like I've said to everyone this year, I'm not buying any gifts for anyone who's over the age of 18. You're now an adult. You don't need a Christmas gift.
You know,
So
that's the same way I feel.
But I've got 15 family members if I was to buy for adults and stuff like that I would see on the day. And that, you spend $50 or $100 per person, that's $1,500 at Christmas. And I'm who's going to save $1,500 up buy Christmas gifts when you get, $150 worth of shit back? And it's not
Right.
meant to be about the gifts. So we got a good day for the kids, and the adults have a meal and a drink, and that's about it.
Yeah, I see it as like coming together and shit, and it's like my old lady's brother, he bought me a present, and I opened it up, and it was like flashlights shaped like shotgun shells, like one of them LED flashlights, and it's like, I know the dude went to the fucking Dollar Tree or some shit and picked me up a $2 thing or whatever.
Yeah, well, I always like to be honest, the thought that counts. If they made any effort at all to try and get you something, you do appreciate it.
And it's like, when I go, I don't get nobody shit. I don't get nobody, like, old lady's daughter, I'll get her something.
Yeah.
That's her right as a child. But, like, for me, yeah, I'm not buying all these full-grown adults freaking presents.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I used to be super religious then, Jesus' birthday and stuff like that when my mum was alive, but since my mum passed away, my other side of the family was really like super religious. So,
Yeah, no, and I'm not either. And I'm not even a little bit,
if
so.
someone asks me what my, religious denomination is, I generally say I'm a Christian, but like I don't go to church, I don't really but, I still, I don't out of normalcy say that, I am Christian.
Well, I choose not to do religion, I guess you could call it. I mean, I'm not like completely opposed. Like, if somebody wants to talk about religion, that's cool, talking about religion, I'm down, but at the same time, don't be surprised if I, call you on your contradictions.
Yeah,
Kind of
exactly.
deal. Like,
I'm not one of
I
those
watched that show.
Shove it down your throat, I'll listen to what you have to
Right.
say, and I might make a separate argument, but I'm definitely open to different points of view and different opinions to all sorts of things. Like, I know everyone from Buddhists to atheists to Muslims to Catholics, Jews, I've sort of a wide variety of friends out there who are different religions.
Right, so like, I just recently watched the show on Netflix called Samson,
Okay.
and my wife was like, "Oh, this looks like a cool like medieval type movie or whatever," and I was like, "It's a Bible story."
Yeah.
She's like, "That's not a Bible story." I was like, "No, that's a Bible story." And it's like the whole thing where Samson's hair was part of his power, and when the girl cuts his hair, then he loses his strength or whatever. But then they got him with the pillars and all that, and I mean, I remember that from a child, from when I was a child. I mean, I went to church as a child. My parents did that to me, so I mean, I know some of the stuff. It doesn't elude me. I've heard the stories. I just choose not to believe.
Yeah, and that's well within your right to do so. No real Christian, I mean, real Christian has a right to shove religion down your throat. There's actually a verse in there that tells them not to.
Right, exactly. You know, and I just find it hilarious when, you know, somebody posts like the religious stuff on my page, and I got it to where I have to approve all the posts to my Facebook or whatever, and I'll just hit hide on it or whatever.
I don't like to see what
You
you're
know.
saying. I'll tell you to fucking or whatever. I'm pretty open.
Right, I'll just click hide, and it never makes it to my page, so no big deal, you know. I mean, I'll still have a conversation with them about it, you know. But I'm not one of them guys per se that'll be like, oh, you know, F your religion and you know, your God is fake, and hey, you believe whatever you want, because I mean, realistically, the bottom line, as far as I see it, is you know, it's about hope, and you know, if somebody needs to believe that there's something after, then let them believe. I mean, it's not really hurting me none. I mean, until it is hurting me, you know.
Right.
But
So
I mean,
you're not going to lose any sleep over someone believing in God, and if you are losing
Right.
sleep about someone believing in God, religion is the least of your issues.
right? You know, but yeah, and that's pretty much it. You know, it's like if somebody starts trying to preach to me or something, and you know, they say something I disagree with, I'll, you know, disagree with them, and they get all temperamental about it. And it's like, look, you know, I mean, you started talking to me about the stuff.
Well,
you
that's
know,
it. I didn't invite you to bring this up, and I accommodated you, and you have to accept my view. You may not like it. Me and my partner butt heads all the time because I'm religious. I was super religious at one stage where I ran a youth group, and I'd done voluntary missions where we'd go into the caravan parks and sleep in tents for 2 weeks and stuff and preach daily and all this sort of stuff. I'd done all that, you know, and I've since stepped back. But she's not religious. She believes in a higher power regardless of what it is. She used to be really into Wiccan when she was younger and stuff like that. And we have a lot of conversations about where I give my Christian point of view to her, and she agrees with some and she disagrees with other, and we constantly butt heads, and she always says to me, look, that's your opinion and I don't agree with it, and if you don't like that, that's just too fucking bad. And
well, see, and
right.
I think a lot of my issue growing up is like the parents I lived with, which was my dad and my stepmom. You know, they did the church and all that stuff.
Yep.
You know, so they were all about God and this, that, and the other. Then my mom and stepdad, they were actual, how to say this without, people would freak out. So, okay, so they're satanic is what they call themselves, but it's not in the sense that people are like, oh, they're sacrificing stuff, and you know, it's not.
I'm
it's
familiar
not
with like Satanism,
that.
where it's not actually worshiping Satan. I'm sort of semi-familiar with the basic idea of Satanism.
So I actually went in with an open mind, and I've seen both sides to that extent. You know, from one extreme to the other.
Yep.
You know, my mom even went so far as she's actually a legally ordained priest in the state of Alabama through Satanism.
Church,
And right. And it's really weird because Alabama's pretty much like the Bible Belt of the USA.
Okay.
Very, very religious out there, though. I mean, there's been more than our fair share of awkward moments when I'm out and about with her.
So is that where the Westboro are based, in that state? You know, you hear a lot about the Westboro Baptists. They do like all the petitions on military funerals. You know, God hates fags and all those fucking boards everywhere.
I honestly would have to Google.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'm familiar with it because whenever I talk to people about religion and God, I always say, have a look at Westboro Baptists. They are not Christians. Do not take them as, you know,
That's
what a
in
Christian
Topeka,
should
Kansas.
be. That's I hate that they carry the title Christian, because that's the furthest thing from a Christian, is to tell everyone else what. I don't even understand what God wants. Who do they know what God wants? They don't know what God wants. They read the Bible, get their own interpretation. They're speaking on behalf of God when no one has a right to speak on behalf of God. He'll say whatever the fuck he wants, and he'll let everyone know.
My whole thing is I've never heard him talk, so I don't know what he wants.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
and then you got
the
the prophet, which speak on his behalf through the Bible, and and it's, hey, this is just the account of some dude. I don't know what he actually heard, etc. So it's a little beyond me to, say, hey, that didn't happen, or hey, that did happen. I wasn't there.
No, well, that's right. And the biggest issue that most people come across is they can't get past the whole, if I can't see him, he doesn't exist thing. That's what most people hang up on, and that's normally most atheists' go-to arguments of, how do you know that it's not your subconscious speaking to you and hearing what you want to say rather than God himself, and you can't see him, and if I can't see him, you can't prove he's there. And
right, so I'm an atheist.
Yeah,
so I'm an
Frontline's
atheist, right? Okay.
Well, I've had a few talks with him about this sort of thing.
Well, that argument by itself simply doesn't work, and coming from an atheist, that might sound weird, but I mean, can you see gravity?
Well, that's the thing, and that's why what I used to do, like my Bible study leader is also a really good friend of mine, a 65-year-old bloke who's just become a minister. He's right into God and things like that. But he baptised me originally when my mum passed away, and we used to study the Bible in Hebrew, and you get a lot more information reading a Bible verse in Hebrew than you do when it's been transferred to English. So you get the better understanding because it was written in Hebrew. And I've forgotten my point. But yeah, he used to say knowledge is power, which is completely correct. The more you know, don't ever go into an argument against someone who's stupid because, they'll drag you to their level and beat you with experience, is another thing he used to say. And I never used to understand it until I got older, and now I completely understand it. I know exactly what he meant. I'm a little slow to catch on some things, but once I realised that, I was like, oh, he's completely right. So when people used to argue with him about the existence of Jesus, he is a science major from somewhere over here, I can't remember where. And he used to start going into like quantum physics and say, you can't see any of this stuff, but sure as hell it's there.
Right, and that's kind of my point, with things like gravity. I can't see it. I can see the effects of it, but I can't see it individually, and the same could be said for religion. So even if, the quote-unquote God, you still see the effects of it regardless of whether it's a tangible thing or not.
Yeah.
So even if religion itself is made up, it does have an effect on people, and therefore it is real.
And
now,
it's not to mention that the Bible is also, even scientifically, proven to be the most brought book in the world over everything else, even science books, even books that have absolutely nothing to do with religion. It is the most purchased book. Now, a lot of that's because people are buying it and giving it away to other people, But it's also the most scientifically accurate for those times. Bible. It's probably 80 years old, and it's got the old style papers, and it has maps in there of how things were back then, before they've changed towns, before they've changed other cities and roads and stuff like that. And he may not have been a saviour that they were writing about back then, but something was happening and something was being recorded, and it was scientifically fact of what was happening back then to a degree.
Well, and that's the thing, and I think that a lot of my personal perception of it is that religion was created as a means to an end. People wanted to understand, and at the time they had the limited tools of that period, and based on what they could gather, they inferred that these things were true. So, it could be said, oh, well, God said there's going to be a flood. Noah made this giant-ass boat. They didn't really have weather readers like that, back in the day. So there was really no way for him to know that there was going to be a big-ass flood. But I'm just curious, where is this boat that they were able to fit two of every animal on?
Well, see, there's been stories and stuff like that on there as well, right? And, you hear every 10 years or so, we found it. But it also says in the Bible that God would make sure it would never be found. Now take that however you wish, you know. That could be divine intervention, that it's, you know, been, you know, mystically moved. Probably unlikely, you know.
Right.
But with sedation, and I probably pronounced that wrong, but you know, where a layer of dirt 1,000 years ago is not going to be topsoil now. Now,
Right.
think
I
about
think
how
you're thinking
far
like
ago this
sedimentation
Bible
or something
story
like
was.
that.
This Bible story was at least 5,000 years old, if not longer. You're never going to find that boat, and it's never going to be in
No.
one piece. Even if you did dig it
No.
up and it was the ark, it's not going to
There-
look like an ark.
There's people with houses that got to replace the seals and the floor joists and stuff after, you know, 10, 15
So,
years. So what makes you think that boat's still
come
going to
out
be there?
and call bullshit on a Bible story. And the other thing with it is a lot of Bible stories, sometimes he isn't talking about a physical boat, and people don't seem to get that point either. You know, like when he's talking about the parody about the three brothers that are walking along the road and they're throwing seeds, and some land on thorny grounds and some land on you know, good soil, and some land on okay soil. That was talking about spreading the word of God. That it was not about three brothers that actually walked along a road throwing seeds. So that's the other problem. Some people don't understand that it's not always an actual story. I mean, I don't know if the ark was an actual story or a parody, but it's not up to me to question.
My decision to be atheist was mostly based not so much on the lack of evidence, but more so on the lack of present in our current time. With all the atrocities that happen, it's just hard to say that if there was an all-powerful, omnipotent, you know, yeah, like he can do anything, he's the future, the past, and the present, etc., etc. If he knows all this stuff is going to happen, why would he let it happen? And then there's the whole argument, well, he works in mysterious ways, and it's like, well, that's rude. You know, he just kills carfuls of people randomly, or seemingly.
That's the thing,
You know,
and that's where a lot of
you know,
the
there's
argument comes
wars
into place,
and-
because someone will have a car accident and go, why did God do this to you? Well, did God do it to you? Or was it your free will that you've been given by God and the decisions that you made that put you in that position to have that car accident? It may not have been God that crashed the car on you. It may have been people have free will, and that's where a lot of the argument comes in, because you then have to defend that you already know what God's intentions are, and no one will ever know.
And see,
That's
and
the
that's
hard
why, and that's actually what I go for as opposed to religion. I choose to just discount religion to an extent and say that, well, you know, some people use it as their end. You know, they want to believe, or you know,
Some
they
people use
need
it
that
as a basic
comfort or whatever the deal
justification for
is.
their actions. They need it to be a good person because God's watching.
Right.
That even
And
I
for
still
me-
believe that's the wrong purpose.
And it is, you know. But for me, I actually go with free will, like
Yeah.
you were talking about. You know, I believe that people have free will, and as long as your free will doesn't impede upon my free will, then no problem.
That's the problem with free will, because someone's free will making the free choice to make your life hard.
Right.
That's the problem with free will as well. People aren't always going to use their free will to do good by it. Some people are going to do it with tricks. Like, God didn't allow people to get raped, but it happened because someone else's free will allowed it. Now the problem is with that is, did God allow something bad to happen to that person because someone else chose to make a bad mistake? And that's the other issue that Christians have. Explaining away, why would a God that's filled of love and filled of just allow someone that is a good person to be? My mother was a Christian. She was an
It is
extremely
bad like
strong
that.
Christian.
Have those issues that
Yeah.
bring them to the point where they rape somebody.
My mom was an extremely strong Christian, believed that God was going to heal her. She suffered from terrible cancer more than one time for a 12-year period before she died at 32 years old. And being a Christian and believing that she was going to be healed, still didn't blame God for getting the cancer and say, well, it's God's fault that I'm sick. No, but that's just her, you know? I then, at no fault of my own, could have blamed Jesus and said, why did Jesus take my mother away from me? Sort of thing, you know? So it depends on views on things, and it's a really hard thing to argue. Most things that I say to people is, when you die, you'll find out one way or another, and if you're right, congratulations, you're right, no one gives a fuck. If you're wrong, it still doesn't matter. Right, so
And
live
that's
your life
kind of the
how
way
you
I
want,
feel.
and leave me alone to live mine.
And that's kind of the way I feel, you know, with this whole free will thing. I'm going to exercise my free will to the extent that I'm going to do things that are going to make me happy. But in doing so, I will also take into consideration the free will of others around me and how it affects them.
Exactly.
Preferably, I would like that to be positive. And if I live my life and still choose not to believe in religion, if the time comes that I find myself standing at the gates of heaven or whatever to be judged by the only one that allegedly can judge a person.
That's right, he's the only one
then
that can judge
he
you,
will.
And you still
He
don't even know
will
what he's
view
going
it
to judge
based
you
on my action. He should, you know, judge me based on my actions, not my beliefs. So
That's right. So when I used to preach to the kids, a lot of them that didn't know God, and a lot of them teenagers, you know, teenagers are smart asses. So you've got to come at them in a way that's going to engage them, in a way that's going to, you know, get to your point fast. So what I used to say to them is, if you want to get to heaven, there's three things that you absolutely have to do. No ifs or buts. I said, and it's simple that anyone that doesn't believe in God can do. And three things is, don't worship any other people other than Jesus. Accept him in your heart as the one and only God, and believe that he died for your sins. And you don't be an asshole. You treat others exactly how you expect to be treated, and everyone should get along. No, it's that simple to getting to heaven. Problem is, people are greedy, and people are selfish, and it doesn't happen.
Well,
we've got a bloke
to
that
some
lives
extent,
downstairs
it's
that
like
covers all things. He believes in Jesus, he believes in Buddha, he believes in, you know, every other god, and he prays to them all throughout the day.
Yeah, I
just to
believe
cover
that
all
there's people that do bad things for good reason.
Yeah.
And there's people that do bad things just to do bad things
Oh,
because
that's
of their greeds or gluttony or whatever the case may be.
I hate when trailers are over the top of other trailers. You can never tell which trailer you're backing into. I've got these three trailers here, and I can't see which one I'm meant to be backing into. Mine or the trailer overlay that's above it.
Yeah, they just pulled out with a trailer and they
That's the
another
downside
trailer
with this.
same spot.
Hey Bobo Toast,
Yeah.
how's it going, man? We're in general Discord on mine if you want to jump in. Yeah, steering wheel's not bad, man, although it's taped down because the hooks don't work anymore, and this is like a table, you have two of them, you saw like you would and shit like that off it, but it does the job, man. Yeah, having a little bit of a religious discussion, which I normally can try and keep clear of religion and politics, but there's only two of us, so who cares?
Well, I like to be able to have a conversation.
I'm willing to talk to anyone.
And a lot of
about just
people
about
aren't
anything.
willing to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely willing to talk to people about just about any subject. Whether or not it's allowed to be streamed is a different question. I'd have to read up on a lot of things. But I won't ever tell someone they don't have a right to their opinion, but I can guarantee you, I'll tell you that I don't agree with them if I generally don't. You know, you'll probably have an argument out of it, but I'm pretty blunt when it comes to things like that. My Discord's locked up again. I'm just gonna have to wait a second. I can't hear anything. So give me a second and I'll pull over. It's the other thing with MP, you can't just stop in the middle of the road here or they kick you, so I'll have to stop in a second. Yeah, it's not a bad thing every now and again. The camera wasn't working either until yesterday. I decided that it was going to just start working again, which is weird. More voice, less game. Alright, I'll adjust that too as well, Bobo. There's a spot up here, I should be able to pull over once I get on the highway. Got to be somewhere up here I can pull over safely. You know, that's basically what this is, man. But yeah, without the, you know, proper revenue aspect to it. Let me just leave channel, join back in here again. Mic check.
Mic check 1 2.
There we go. Let's pick back up again. Alright, let's try and back on this road. I'm sweating like a pig butt with this fucking heat. Bullshit. I think Bobo's got my Discord, so he can jump in chat, but I think it's late night for him, so he's got kiddies sleeping and whatnot.
Yeah, so for me yesterday, I was the crew 2, and the servers went down for maintenance.
You mean like the sound of the truck itself? Is that what you're going on about, Bobo?
Well, since I'm in the Discord, if I have the volume on the stream going, then I'll actually hear echoes to me and him talking.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Alright. Audio. I think I've done this one already. Oh no, I haven't done this one. Alright, let's move that to there. That should sound alright. Hopefully it's not too low. Alrighty, let's try again.
It said you cannot do that. Firstly, stop your truck.
Yeah, because of the multiplayer thing, so it's to stop people, why is he on the wrong side of the road? Oh no, he's not, that's not a truck. It's to stop people going into menus while they're driving along, or just, you know, cruising in the middle of the road or something like that. What is he doing?
Going faster than you, it looks like.
Yeah, but he was on the wrong side of the road and he was driving down the medium strip.
Oh look, yeah. Now he's in the middle.
Might be because I've got a high ping and I'm glitching or something. But I moved
I think
over
he's
for
trying to. I think he's trying to check his text messages.
Yeah, that. See,
yeah,
that's,
see, Mr.
that's the
Boboto
thing.
said it.
Yeah. Oh, well, see, one thing it does let you do, I think it's, no, not T, it's Y. So it brings up that so I can scroll, and I can type while I'm in there. So that's probably what he was doing, typing something to someone. But that's why they kind of make you stop.
Well, see, you got the steering wheel though, so you can steer while you type.
Oh yeah, but still, I've got to type on the keyboard, so then I've got to like hold the keyboard with one hand, hold the steering wheel with one hand, sort of thing. I still
Right.
sort of end up like drifting off to the side, sort of thing. That's another reason why I refuse to go into multiplayer. Well, apparently BMW's working on something like that, like a screen that pops up above the steering wheel, and they've got like the speed and stuff on there, but apparently with the new BMWs and Mercedes and stuff, they actually show you text messages on screen, which is stupid because, at least in Australia, it's illegal to use your phone at all. If you have your full license, which I don't, but if you had your full license, you can use hands-free Bluetooth. But any other use of your phone is completely illegal.
Well, see, the thing about it is quite honestly, putting your text messages on your windshield, okay, you focus based on the distance from you, right? So you're supposed to be looking ahead of you at traffic, and if you're focused on the words on your screen, well, even if it's on your windshield, then honestly, it's no different than checking your text message on your phone, because you lose focus and you can't really see what's going on. You have the
ability to look through the text message at the car in front, but you won't because your attention will be on that. And the next question is, how is it going to reply that text message if it's going to be voice activated through Bluetooth on your phone? Or are you going to have to pick up your phone and reply using your phone? Because then it kind of
I respond to text messages using like a push to talk type thing.
Yep.
For my phone. So I hit the microphone and then I just talk, and then I finish, and then I can hit the send button or whatever. But I don't even use my phone while I'm driving. If my phone rings, I got it on a mount on the windshield as it is, like a little suction cup mount. And I put it up there because I use it for my GPS as opposed to going out and buying an additional device.
Yeah, that's generally what I use it for.
So, and then it hooks to my stereo with Bluetooth. And so I can answer the phone and I can talk to somebody through the Bluetooth on the stereo.
Yeah.
And all
that's
that
what I have.
is,
I have an older Pioneer, but I've got a plug-in microphone that I've run up above the visor, and there's a microphone there. It connects through Bluetooth. I answer my phone, and I can hang up all via the stereo without touching my phone. My phone stays in my pocket.
Right.
I don't send text messages at all. I don't even use my phone in car free, and then I have a mount that sticks to the dash if I feel the need to use the maps or something like that.
Right. So, I mean, signs have limited information on them usually. I mean, they have the billboards on the side of the road, and I don't even try to read that stupid shit. Because, I mean, it's just advertisements anyway, but I honestly see that billboards are honestly no different than trying to read a daggum text message.
Oh, we've got a law in
away
Australia
from
to
the
have
road.
them at like every 2Ks or something like that, so that we're not blanketed with info. So we don't get oversaturated with ads anyway. But as Bobo is saying, depending on the depth, and I dare say with a company like BMW or Mercedes that are, extreme price cars, the depth would be set to be further away like a billboard. But it still has that thing of it's taking away your attention from the one
so
thing
they can
you
do
should
like
be
text
doing
to
is
speech.
driving a 2-ton vehicle that can kill somebody.
Right, so they got text to speech already.
Yeah.
So you can have, the device read your message to you, but with all the slang nowadays, it's, how understandable is it going to be, really?
Yeah, well, I guess, generally speaking, most of your friends are going to be typing in the similar way that you type yourself anyway, so...
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean
that the developer
is gonna. Well, you'll understand it, but will the machine that's reading it to you understand it? Because the machine's not going to know all the different ways that all your friends talk. Yeah, pilots thinking about 100 times faster. I don't think how fast they think is relevant as the fact that they're flying in fucking air and they don't have to worry about so much colliding with another vehicle.
The pilot HUD is hundreds and hundreds of hours of training, which is the whole reason that police are allowed to use their mobile phone while driving, because they have hours of training behind their belt. The average Joe doesn't. And that's always the argument of the police. Well, we can use our phones because we've had extra training to be able to use it. So Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Like,
Having been in war zones, I also know how to drive a vehicle in ways that make TV shows look normal. But that doesn't mean I can do that on the road with everybody else.
well, it all comes with practice because, I mean, it wasn't that long ago, 10, 15 years, that I was a stupid learner driver that was texting and driving, and I had no issues when I had a Nokia 3310 with buttons that I could touch. I memorized where the buttons were, and I knew if I hit a button 2-3 times, I was going to get a C. So when you train your body to do something and you do it regularly, it's not an issue. But with all these phones now that you can't feel what you're pressing, you have to take your eyes from the road to see what's going on. And
right, what
that's
you're pressing.
the issue, because people are getting so involved in their phones and Facebook and whatever fucking other apps that are out there that they use, that they're now looking at their phones more than they're looking at the road.
See, there was a time when I could travel down the highway, and you know, I tend to do the speed limit. I just set my cruise control. So if I'm in the slow lane and the person in front of me is going slow, then I change lanes and I go around them and then I get back over. People don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
They get in the fast lane and they just damn well stay there because that's where they.
Or they'll get on the highway and they'll go. I see it. I don't drive to the city a lot anymore because I work from home. Basically, as a carer, obviously I work from home. But yeah, it used to be the thing. I'd sit in the left-hand lane, 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, eating a McMuffin from Macca's, drinking my coffee, chilling out. And yeah, Nightbot doesn't allow people to spam shit at all, man. I'm not sure how to get around that without turning Nightbot off.
What did he spam?
I don't know, it deletes it. Nightbot's fucking right. It's the caps thing I think Nightbot gets. So if you do like a start off with a cap and then something else, it allows it through. But you spam, you know, more than 2 letters in caps, I'm pretty sure it is. It just fucking blocks and deletes everything you've said. I think it's how I've got it set up. So I'm gonna have to revisit that. Yeah, so I used to just, you know, drink my coffee and shit, but you'd see people get on the highway and there's 3 lanes of traffic. Excuse me. 3 lanes of traffic, and they go from lane 3 straight across to the fast lane and sit there, and then all the people behind them would then be going to lane 2 to go around them to go back into lane 3. So why wouldn't you just sit in lane 1 where the law is, and we have signs every 5Ks that say it's the law, keep left unless overtaking. Yeah, no, that's the thing, and they slow you down and they make it harder for you. Like, what is so important about driving in the fast lane when everyone's in that lane? It's no longer the fast lane. Like, I would get to work faster in the slow lane than I actually would in the fast lane because fucking every other prick on the road was in the fast lane.
See, my disconnect with it is like, okay, so I'm traveling along. The speed limit here in Texas is like 75 miles an hour on most of our highways.
So 75 miles per hour, so it's like 120, 130 kilometers, okay.
That's, yeah.
Somewhere around there.
I think 120 was quite normal where I was at in Kuwait, and I think that's more like 60, 65 miles an hour.
Okay, yeah, see, our max is normally 110, unless you're crossing the Nullarbor Plains, where you can die breaking down there. They have no speed limit on that road, that particular road, but it is like 1,000 k's of direct straight road. But anyway, sorry, yeah, back to your point. I just got locked up again. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, man, I can't hear you for a second. See if I can do this quickly. Let me get around the corner first and I'll fix that up. Okay, let's give this a go.
So can you hear me?
Yep. Now
Okay, so your speedometer on your
Why
dash
is
on that
not
truck.
closing for me? God damn it. Sorry, yep, go. Oh, cut out again? Fucking, oh, I'm so over Discord. Fuck me. Alright, let me just pull over. Fucking do it fucking again. This is starting to shit me. I might fucking get a TeamSpeak server. Check.
Yep.
Alright.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sure it's streamer mode that's doing it, but it's fucking irritating the fuck out of me. Alright. Are you talking?
Yeah, okay. So if you look at your speedometer real quick,
yeah,
I don't know if it's clearer for you, but where it says 75 on your speedometer.
That's really small for me, but yeah.
Okay, the little number next to it would be your kilometers an hour.
Yep. Yeah, no, I can't see that. That's why I made a guess.
Okay. Yeah, but anyway, so it's like 75 here, and if I am traveling in the fast lane and I'm doing 75, I get it that somebody might need to go around somebody in the slow lane, you know, but for the most part, what actually ends up happening is somebody will travel in the fast lane doing like 60 or even 55 and just stay there. So everybody has to go around them, you know, and most of our roads in this area are only 2 lanes wide.
Yep.
So you either have fast or you have slow, you know, and like I say, I get it, like, okay, so you're in the slow lane and you got to go around somebody, you know, okay, so you move over, you go past them, and then you move back.
Yeah.
You know, assuming, you know, you're not going to just pass the next 3 cars or whatever in the process, you know, but, you know, as long as you move over, go around until you can get back over, you know, it doesn't bother me. But it's when people just sit in the fast lane doing, you know, 10, 15 miles an hour under the speed limit and just ride side by side with some douchebag in the slow lane to where you can't go around them if you wanted to. It annoys the shit out of me. And it's actually those people that cause accidents. They try to say that it's the person that you know, tries to go around them, but it's actually the person that's causing the traffic back up.
Yeah. And our bot doesn't... See, the reason I stopped the link thing was people potentially posting like viruses or porn or something like that in case, because I play a lot of games that are for like -18 plus. If I had the stream set up for adult content, you know, go for it, it wouldn't bother me. So, Markalai is Ivor. I don't know if Bobo knows Ivor or not. I think Bobo stopped playing just as Ivor started playing. Yeah, I've downloaded the instruction thing. There we go. Yeah, I'm just talking to Bobo.
There's Markalai.
Yeah. It's getting late where he is as well. I think it's coming up on like 3 AM.
Alright, so I need to get on with starting my stream now, actually, onto YouTube. I'm gonna minimize your screen there.
It's been so long since I've looked at anything on YouTube. I think last time I looked at something on YouTube, I was to how to download Nightbot and set it up initially, and it was like a 2-minute video a month and a half ago, and then before that, easily 6 months. Oh, only midnight. I thought it was like 2 AM. Oh, I should be in the left lane. Fuck, I need a track IR. I keep going to look left for my mirror that's not there. Maybe I'll buy myself a Christmas gift and get a track IR. They're only like 180 bucks, which is what I paid for the wheel as well. We're delivering Christmas gifts. Because that's what the event for ATS is, and you win like, oh jeez, he was moving. You win things like, paint jobs, special trailers, trailer paint jobs, in-cab things, steering wheels, quirky little things that are normally turned into DLCs. So if you participate in it, you get it for free. If you don't participate in it, they sell it to you later for like $4. That's like, it's 10 loads. Then you've got to tow certain stuff, and you've got to travel over a certain distance. I think they have to be at least 500 miles long, I think. So you can't just do all these quick little loads. And I think we've got till Christmas to do it. So I've left it a little late to start this. I'm going to do it in this and ATS. I mean ATS and ETS too. So I think I've left myself a little short on time. We'll see how we go. So disappointed with that KFC as well last night, Ivor. With the Red Rooster I got. The cheesy sauce was loaded with mustard, and I can't stand any mustard. And the bacon that they added, I literally got like 10 tiny little fucking overcooked pieces of bacon just thrown in there, and it was underneath the chips and chicken and shit. I was so annoyed. Mind you, it was cheap, like it was $13 for dinner for both those sliders and chips and that. Next time I'll just make them with gravy, make my own stuff, buy some chicken from them and just shred it. Have to get fuel soon. I'll pick someone up on the radio.
Blacktop trucking, baby.
You know it. But yeah, no, the sauce wasn't bad. It was like a... It's hard to explain because we don't normally get over here. It was like a runny cheesy sauce, but it had like a mustard essence put into it. But I'm not a big fan of mustard, so it was nice, but like the mustard kept turning me off. Sort of ruined it a little bit for me. Oh, sorry. We're gonna have dinner soon. Forgot that I put my trucking company name on my truck. Yeah, I've been using this trucking name for as long as I can remember. Called the trucking company Blacktop Trucking, because you know most truck drivers call the road the Blacktop. What's everyone's plans for Christmas? Staying at home, going away?
Stay at home.
I reluctantly have to go out because my family require me to socialise. they need a designated driver.
I want to feel obligated, but I don't.
Oh, I gotta know it'll be grandmother's or someone's gonna take her around.
Alright, so I need to close that and open it again with the other video card.
I'm fucking. Jeez, I definitely don't miss moving. I can tell you that. I've moved my sister's house like 5 or 6 times over the past 2 years, and it's not even my shit, and I don't want to move anymore. Yeah, she's... I don't know what her boyfriend's issue is. Some fucking small penis complex or some bullshit, but every time they have an argument, because his name's on the lease and hers isn't, they'd have an argument, and he'd just throw her out and say, well, you can't live here anymore, fuck off, but all the shit was hers. And that's what this dumb fuck didn't realise, that all the shit belonged to her, and if he's kicking her out, I'd go down there and I'd clean the fucking house out. And I'd say, well, if she leaves, so does all the fucking property, arsehole. And I'd take the fridge and, you know, everything else. But then after, 2 weeks, they'd start talking again because he's sick of living in a fucking empty house. And, he loves her and he misses her and he, fucking, I love you, won't happen again, all that sort of bullshit. And she'd be, oh, can you move me back down there? So you drag all the shit back down there and you put it in, and then, 6 months to a year later, the same fucking thing happens. Like last year, I spent Christmas driving to Goulburn, New South Wales. So from me to Goulburn is about a 185 kilometre trip. So that's roughly, hour and a half, 2 hour drive. And then I had to pick her and the 2 kids up from the train station because he'd thrown them out on Christmas Day 10 minutes after opening their presents. Fucking lovely bloke. And then drive them back to Sydney on Christmas Day, which was another 2 hours and 185 kilometres of driving. So I spent 4 hours in the driver's seat. Then get home to my place, have a shower, get dressed, have something to eat, go up to my dad's house with her and the kids and everything else to dad's, to what was left of the Christmas party. Got there by like 9:30 at night, some dickhead standing in the road. About 9:30 at night, stayed there till probably midnight. Dinner tonight, I'm probably thinking chips and gravy with something added with it, possibly chicken patty, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Or fish and chips? I don't know. Have a think. Tell me what you want. But I can't afford to buy it, so it's going to be something I can make. Fucking Christmas last year was just a pain in the ass, and I told her I don't care what happens, it's not happening this year. So she spent the last year trying to prove to protective services and all the rest why they should be back together again and be able to live together again, because they put a ban on them living together because shit like that kept happening. Weather must have known you were coming back on, Ivor. We're starting to get the thunderstorm again. Lasted for about 4 hours last night. Stopped. It's been boiling hot and sunny all day. And now it's starting to get dark and starting to hear small crackles of thunder. If you're lucky, I'll remember to take pictures this time for you, like I said I'd do last night and forgot about. Yep. Okay. Bubble and squeak. Yep. Okay, I can do that for you. Sunny side up. Alright. Yeah, it's starting to get dark again, which is really good. We need it after this heat, because it was stupid humid today. Keep going to look left, looking at a fucking mirror that doesn't exist.
Couple other drivers back there in Yuma.
It's just gotten real dark all of a sudden, which is kind of cool because now it's starting to cool down. And we're getting a cool wind starting to blow in from the cold front coming in, starting to get real dark, and oh, there's some lightning. Maybe I'll turn the camera around when I walk out. I'll put the camera on a box by the window and just stream the thunderstorm for you. You can watch it rain. Fill up here because they can pay for my time to fill up. Oh, will my trailer make it? Oh shit, I might tag that pole. I'll find out when I pull forward. How much is this going to cost me? Yeah, no, that was awesome watching that stream. I watched that for like 2 hours. That stream of the flag getting ripped apart by the cyclone. That was great. I really enjoyed that. I think you said they ended up naming the flag as well. They had bets going on whether it was going to last the cyclone or not. Made it to Yuma. Whether we made it damage free, I don't know. And we're gonna run a light here. So I wasn't paying attention, trying to find the driveway I had to go in. So you can get little cars called that they use by the Scooters, and you can pick up these trailers that are there that you're looking at. You probably can't see what I'm pointing at, so there's no fucking point, but this little caravan. And I'm not sure what the point of it is, but they're worth big bucks. They're like a $750,000 trailer. I think it's to try and help start the new guys along, because the Scooters cost absolutely nothing to buy, and you get expensive loads for them, but you can't tow Or you can tow car trailers with them. Truck trailers with the cars, but it throws out the balance of everything. So you get booted from the server if you do. I'm gonna hit this fence. God damn it. Am I gonna hit it? Oh, I'm sort of kissing it a little bit. Band test. No, you should be alright. Well, you timed out. Oh, what? So not. Oh, if I knew it fucking timed you out, I would have turned that off. I didn't even see that it timed you out. I must have been turning a corner or something when it done that. Oh yeah, no, I can't see that. I've got Discord closed, other than voice. That's all I've got turned on, because my screen's not big enough to show all of it. It's the next thing on the list. It's a bigger screen. You would have had to PM me for me to see that. It would have popped up then in a little box for me. 560 seconds. Wow. Okay, yeah, no, I'm going to have to change that. That must be default, because that's bullshit. Fuck, sorry about that, man. It's thrown off my line, too. Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, I've got Discord closed, so I wouldn't have seen it. If I open it, I'll see it now. Yeah, Nightbot needs to thrown in the corner or something, because it's been an asshole. I've done it to Ivor the other day. Why do I keep missing this fucking thing? That'll do, fuck it. Let me... I don't even general fucking thing on, that's why. Check out slowtrafficright.com. Banned 346 seconds.
Y'all truck is there.
Oh, fuck, okay. Yeah, right, that'll be the next thing I'll look at, man. I'm not sure why it done that. Okay, next load. Christmas cookies, Clovis, New Mexico. Fuck no. Oh, that's all I've got. Okay, is there anything else? Yeah, that's right. Until you spam something, and then it hates you. But also, if you do, I think it's apostrophe also, that'll bring up Sithus's one. Yeah,
Welcome back.
I'm gonna have to pull all that stuff up and have a look at that. I'm not sure why it's got such a long timeout. Where is this trailer? What's this fucking trailer?
It's X. You may not have it equipped. Try going into your settings. This is the longest red light I've ever seen, Anonymous.
roadtraffic.com thing? Bobo, is that like something that's
Nope.
specific to the US? You might find that if you hit tab and then go into the settings, you might have to physically turn up your mic settings. Not line up. Oh, I'm off by half an inch. Fuck off. I'm not going to be able to pull this trailer out of here because my truck's too fucking wide. Oh, yeah, that voice, yeah. I'm a little slow, you know. I'll get there eventually. You might have to go through all the key bindings, see what it's bound to, and change it. But I'm pretty sure X is default for everyone.
That is correct. X is default. I had to turn mine up for some reason.
Yeah, I found the same. I don't use the CB very often, but I found that it was actually extremely quiet when I first started using it. I had to turn it up using the settings in tab.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't use the CB. It's usually drama on it.
Yeah, I'm normally on Discord. I'm playing with it at the moment because I've just started the whole streaming bullshit. So I figured I'll give it a go. Yeah, so to explain a little bit further what I'm doing here, I'm playing the alpha version of multiplayer for this game platform. That's set up by a bunch of Russian guys, but it's supported completely by SCS, which is the company that runs American Trucker and Euro Trucker. So they completely get behind the guys and let them do this because it's so popular. They've just implemented the in-game voice system, but they've implemented it as a CB, and you can't talk to everyone in-game. You can only talk to the people that are in a radius, and I forget how big the radius is, but they've got to be a certain amount of distance close to you for you to be able to speak to them, and the further away you get from them, the quieter they get. Yeah, majority of them don't. Some still do. Like, I've got a couple of friends that are still truckers in the States. And they do state-to-state haul. And there's also a YouTuber I watch called Evil Etho Trucker. He's on a deal where they gave him like a 2019 International or a Freightliner or some shit. And he's on like I don't know how it works. It's like a lease to buy thing, but you've got to work for the company for a certain amount of time before they give him his CDL. And at the end of getting the CDL, he'll own the truck as well. And he does point-to-point deliveries across the states. He tries to stay... I'll get this confused. Tries to stay mid-central, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's like how you spelled it there, but one thing. Evil E-T-H-O. I don't know if he'll be live at the moment or not. But if he is, you know, let him know that Gibby sent you over. But yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. And he streams through his mobile. Got like a laptop and then like this backpack setup. So it sort of like drops out depending on the mobile signal. But it's kind of cool setup that he's got going. But he tries to do a lot of like, I think it's a lot of Texas runs, stuff like that. He's done a couple of Oregon, a couple of California and stuff like that, but it's generally like Texas and out east, I think, is the areas he likes going. He's a pretty cool guy. I think his name's Daniel. Just a little bit. Got to get this delivery on time. The deliveries I'm making at the moment are through a platform called World of Trucks, which is a website attached to the game, and it's real life time. So let me pull up my load. You've seen it. I have 17 hours real time to complete this load. If I don't do it in 17 hours real time, I lose the load and the money. And because there's an event on, I've got to do so many of these loads. So I'm capped at 65 miles per hour because it's classed as a governed load. And apparently trucks in the States are capped at 65 miles. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what the game says. So I drive as close to 65 as I can constantly to get this event out. And then when the event's not going, I normally drive a little bit closer to the speed limit. No, I'm moving 1 to 40. So this 6 hour, or may as well say 7 hour drive will probably take me 45 minutes, possibly, to do the load. At 1 mile equals 40 miles on this game, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, World of Truck contracts give you more experience. They're worth a little bit more money because you're governed to a certain speed, and you're governed to real time for delivery. And basically what happens if you don't do it in the time required, when you load back into game, it'll tell you that your delivery was late and someone else took your load, and they'll drop you at like the nearest point and you'll be dropped off without your trailer, and you essentially just lose that. I think you get dropped off at your nearest garage or fix center. Oh fuck, man, I drive slow compared to some of these Indians and shit. You drive around like Euro players, don't give no fucks driving on this road. Like, you'll have people come past you. Now, they've capped these trucks in American truck to 100 miles per hour. And you'll be, like, I'm doing 65 now. If someone else isn't on a governed load, they can pass me at 100 miles per hour. And they don't care. And in Euro truck, I think the max speed limit I've had a truck driving in there is like 135 and 155 kilometers per hour downhill. And they don't stop for red lights, they don't stop for stop signs, they just fucking fly along. And if you're in the way, they fucking just run straight into you. It's like being in front of an Imperial player in fucking MechWarrior. So yeah, they have speeding fines, they have speeding cameras, and they have police. I've turned that off. I should probably actually turn it back on and do the stream by now that I've got heaps of money. I turned it off when I first started playing, so I didn't lose a heap of money to like speeding fines and shit, because you know, when you first start playing, all you want to do is see how fast you can get the truck going. Now that I have 15 million, I'm really not worried. So I'll do a stream in the next couple of days or so where I've got the fines turned back on. But yeah, for speeding, if you're speeding on the freeway, there's cops on the side of the road in a speed trap, and they get you. You get done for running a red light. You can get done by stable or static speed camera. You get done for accidents. If a car drives into you, you get done. If you drive into another car, you still get done. It's like a $460 fine. Yeah, kind of thing. Like you'll be speeding and there'll be a cop on the side of the road, and you've got to, like, you know, hit the anchors, get under the speed limit as you passed him, and then speed back up again. So it is a little bit of a, you know, do you care enough to get caught sort of thing. So, like, I've got enough money at this point where it really wouldn't matter if I got a speeding fine. Yeah. Well, that's one thing I've got to do as well, is I've got to do find out when a time will suit to do it, but I've got to do an extended stream of more than 12 hours to, you know, try and maximise viewers, get some, you know, followers that are going to watch me stream in time that I don't normally play, because I normally get on the computer at like 9, 10 o'clock AEST, and I get off by like 5:36 AEST. Yeah, they make me stop at the way stations as well, more with governed loads than ungoverned, but because I've done this route before, being pulled in is probably less likely. Another thing they add is they add events. So I don't know if you remember, about 6 months ago, there was a big mudslide on one of the California highways that blocked the road. They'd done an event the same weekend the road was due to be open, and it ran for, I think it ran for 2 weeks, and the end of the event was the same day the highway was due to be reopened. Yeah, well, I've got the fines turned off, so the cop's not going to get me. So, yeah, what the idea of the event was to haul digging equipment up to this roadblock and haul mud away from the site, and then the event ended the same day the freeway was reopened. So when things like that happen, they try their best to implement it into game, which is, I think, is really good. So if there was, like, you know, a lane being added to, say, the 110, I don't know where that freeway will be, it's just a complete, you know, number made up, and they started in, you know, Holbrook, California, or wherever the fuck it is, they would implement that lane being started to be built, and a construction site would be on that side, and they would slowly move it down the road as they made their way with it. They'd implement something like that. So if there's like a block on the 405, they're obviously not going to implement that, because by the time they code it and put it in, it's going to be clear. But major events, they try and implement where possible, which is really good of SCS to do that. But unfortunately, it also takes time and programmers away from progressing the game, because someone's got to code it. So that's the downside to it. So unfortunately, this game's really slow. It's taken 2 years, or just over 2 years this game's been out. We have Oregon, California, New Mexico, Arizona, and Nevada. 5 states in 2 years, and we have 2 Kenworths, 2 Peterbilts, and a Volvo. So 3 trucks. So that's not really a lot of progress in 2 years, but in those 2 years, they also took the map from a 1 to 180, I think it was, and rescaled it to a 1 to 40. So they also done, which took them nearly a year to do that. So I don't think they should have done it at that point. They should have got more states out first, and then after they had, you know, maybe the whole West Coast done or something like that. Maybe if they'd done Washington and Washington State or something, I don't know, you know, something else before they put it out. It may have been better, because now all their posts, or when they post something on Facebook, or they post something on Facebook, or they post something on the forum, you have all these people, generally foreigners, bitching and complaining, when are we getting a new truck? When are we getting a new, you know, state? When is something else new going to be implemented for me to use. So that's probably the downside to it. And it's still grinding the gear. What the hell? No worries, bud. Keep looking for this mirror that's not there. Oh yeah. Oh, has there been more stats posted up, has there? Hang on, I'm gonna have to fix Discord. Check. I can't check on what was posted. If you're still in stream. How much has he posted? Yeah, I thought I saw something like that earlier when he was talking about. Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do. Trying to see where everyone else is ranked and then match up with everyone. which he's really gone the wrong way about it, because even though he's been playing longer than us, he's been playing a different game form to us, so that's not really going to translate where our stats really are, because a lot of us are only training builds in quick play, so we're never going to score well when you're testing a build out, because it either goes really well or it goes terrible. So he's definitely going the long way about it, but we'll see what happens. If he keeps posting a shitload of stuff about it, maybe I'll turn around and say, well, man, the only stats you need to be worried about are your own. Well, we never stopped that. That was a Mesa thing. Well, yeah, well, I don't know, maybe that's something you, me, and Frontline can talk about. We can open a channel up for people to post match score in there. I just don't particularly want it to be a, my dick's bigger than your dick sort of thing. Yeah, I'm not sure how to approach that one. I definitely don't want to discourage him wanting to get better, but I just don't want him to focus on his percentile, especially from the Yarls list of all the things, you know. As good as the Yarls list thing is, that's not, you know, the official be-all end-all.
I can't hear J-Roll. How much he got?
Yeah, maybe. I'm only seeing a flash of
How much money you got, J-Roll?
as well, so I'm only reading like the first line and a half, and then assuming what else is written.
Holy fucking shit, 61,000.
Y'all some broke
But
boys.
boy, do I owe the bank a lot.
I got 120.
It's gonna make me stop on a hill. Come on.
What are you guys blabbing about?
I'm streaming still, and Eyeball was like talking to me in stream, but he was talking to me through multi-channel about how much since we've introduced the Yarls list to some of the newer players, how they've systematically gone through people's stats for whatever reason. So I'm always talking about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Talking about possibly opening up a channel so people can post their, you know, sort of like the screenshots worth seeing thing. You
Yeah.
Yeah, that channel's similar, so people can post their scores and that in there. Just a screenshot thing, but well, I don't think we need 2 channels.
I don't think we really need it.
We'll just talk about how it was a little stat whoring.
It is. I mean, I freely admit, when it comes to faction stuff for myself, I'm a little stat whore.
In faction,
Kind
I am
of.
quick play, I'm not, especially when
Yeah,
it comes
I'm not
to
quick
Yarl's
play.
list.
I mean, yeah, I'd like to see improvement within myself, you know? But am I that worried about what the Jarl's list says? Yeah, not really. Not overly much.
Thanks, bud, for waiting. Locked up fucking everything, couldn't see fucking shit.
What did?
This guy fucking hadn't got this loads thing yet, so you just turn up, drop off a load and then leave. And he hadn't had that set up yet. Where am I going to put this trailer? So I followed him in and he stopped. And by him stopping, where is this trailer drop off? Yeah, by stopping where behind him, I was blocking the road, and this other bloke essentially had to wait for me to there it is. Yeah, he had to wait for me to move so that he could get out this sort of it's non-collision zone. But as soon as you enter the road, it becomes a collision zone.
Let me see. How'd the matches go after I split?
You know, it wasn't bad. CSPS ended up joining. We had a 12-man going for a while.
Yeah.
Smashed the first team, smashed the second team. BCMC Evil for the third team. They, do what they do and ate us alive.
Of course.
So that was a little frustrating. Then we versed GNX on the 4th match where I called quits, and that was fairly even. We won it. Yeah, it was definitely close.
Fuck, you got another message from that guy that was messaging about units earlier.
Oh yeah.
I got y'all hauling to Stockton.
Oh. He's offline. You guys said the refresh button fucking worked.
Still haven't been able to line up with this S4DH or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, where did he even come from?
Facebook.
Get fucked.
What?
I just got a message from McDye.
Oh yeah?
He's like, hey, how's it been going? Haven't talked to you in a while. Yeah, because you fucking blew out the unit there, pal. I don't want to talk to you, fucker. Fuck that. Douchebag. Guess I can just... So you had what?
Yeah, that just cut out sound then. What was that?
I was yawning. I said I see you had what's his name in your channel for a while there.
Yeah.
From
Yeah, he was just sitting there as well when I started the stream. CSPS still had 11 man in our channel. I was like, well, I'm not going to stream while they're. I'm not going to stream another game while they're still calling. So I came up here, which is, you know, the purpose of the channel. And he was just sitting there. I'm like, okay, fair enough. And I mean, that's the purpose of the channel, because, you know, it's for people who follow me to come into channel and stuff like that. So I think he's still got the stream going. But yeah, he was just sitting in there, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know, like, I didn't get any messages or anything that he was in there. I don't know if I think I set it to get notifications, but I didn't get any. I was like, oh, hi. You know, you're sitting there, no message or another one. I'm like, okay, cool.
Huh.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, not necessarily a bad weird, but, you know, weird all the same.
Right.
Call the police for bad driving. What do you mean bad driving? That was a textbook fucking park there. The only reason I had to start reversing it out of camera was because someone else's trailer was there when I started the reversing it. So I couldn't see the outline of where they wanted it at first. Where's this other trailer needs to go? Oh, there it is. I'm driving a different truck today. I'm driving a W900 Metzger. Oh, they've done it to me again. Someone else's fucking trailer over the top of the line. So my
Over
line,
the top?
Mine or theirs? Huh?
Huh?
What was that?
I said it's on over the top.
Yeah, because of PvP, it's non-collision. So they, oh, not PvP, but it's, you know what I mean? It's like, to stop issues of collision with other people's trailers. Some trailers sometimes spawn in another trailer spot. So I was reversing up to a bunch of tanks and my trailers in their shit. So I couldn't fucking see anything. It should have changed the title. Why, what's the title say? So why did it change? It should have changed. Let me try it again. So I changed back. Oh, well, that's weird. It changed back. Let me try it again. So it should have changed now. Update. Because when I changed over to this game, I changed it from loot bags once already. That might be Nightbot changing it back on me. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, Nightbot's been a bit of a pain in my ass. Stream's gonna end in like half an hour, 40 minutes anyway. You know, I don't think so. See, how I've been doing it is apostrophe title and getting Nightbot to automatically change it for me. And it says, you know, title has been changed, but it's not actually changing it. So it's telling me that it's changed, but it's not changing. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And I changed it in Streamlabs, and apparently it didn't change in there either. So I'm gonna have to look at Nightbot for a few settings that I've got going, because Nightbot has the issue with the timeout, where it timed you out for 500 seconds, which is just a stupid amount of time. If I am going to have someone timed out, I only want them timed out for like 2 or 3 minutes, depending what they're saying. And if they're annoying me that much, I'll just block the fuckers anyway. Yeah, that's what it changed to originally, so it's actually updated. So it took 2 hours to update, but it updated it. I've got Bobo in stream that will talk to me as well from home. You're wondering who I'm talking to.
No, I figured it was... You don't have much of a delay on it, do you?
No, it's instant. There's no point having a delay on this. It's I think it's the standard 30 seconds or something from Twitch.
It sounds like.
They automatically have a 30-second delay. So I'm just using that one. Yeah, there's no real point needing. And if people are on stream and by some chance in this game, I don't want the delay so they can try and find me.
Aha.
Bobo waves hello.
Hey, Bobo.
He should be able to hear you as well, although it'll be somewhat delayed, of course, but he should be able to hear. I just might have to read his comments to you.
Where are you at?
I know I'm in Cali somewhere.
I was to say, it looks like Southern Cal.
I'm leaving Fresno, and I'm going to Wahlberg. So, hang on.
Wahlberg. I don't know where Wahlberg's at.
That might be the store. I think Wahlberg's the store. What's maps? So, I am in Fresno. I'm going to just outside Bakersfield.
Oh.
So I had just done a load from Vegas to Oakdale, I think.
Uh-huh.
I went up, it took me up the 95 to Tonopah, across the 6, up to...
Wait, it took you to what? What did you call it?
Tonopah? Is that how you pronounce it? Tonopah? I don't know.
It's close.
I fucking butcher names bad, man. That's fucking terrible.
It's Tonopah.
Tonopah, yeah.
Tonopah, yeah.
Took me across the 95, into the 6, up the 395, crossed the 120 to Oakdale, and then I picked up a load from Bushell, or whatever the fucking stock company's called, down the 95 to Fresno. And I've just picked up a load from Fresno. I somehow don't think it's going to qualify for this Christmas event, but I think the load's too short of a distance.
Yeah, you're going from one shithole town to another.
Basically. Well, see, every time because my home garage is Vegas, every time I change trucks, it takes me back to my home garage, and then I pick up a load from there. So Gimme was going to tell my wife that I was watching you drive a truck. Fuck. God damn, I knew that was going to happen. Can't drive a truck on game, but I opened with, remember that game you hated so much? Hated so much.
I was reading that.
Yeah, don't worry, Bobo, my partner fucking hates it as well. We're in the same point where we're nearly splitting up over that bullshit as well. The tournament and all that sort of stuff caused a few issues. Or more than a few issues. She still hates the game but tolerates the fact that I have a morning cover with her in the morning, obviously, being a morning cover. I have a cup of coffee, watch the news. I jump on the computer at about 9 AM and I play till about 5:30 to 6:30 PM and then spend the rest of the night. Yeah. See, we wouldn't have ended up with divorce because we're technically not married, but the house is in her name, so I would have been fucking living in the car and selling the computer anyway. To be able to fucking get a bond for a place. So what goes with that? She just basically put a ban on playing MechWarrior. Is that what it is? That she just doesn't want you playing MechWarrior anymore, or how's that working with it? Not that it's any of my business, but I'm curious and I'm fucking nosy cunt, so I'm gonna ask.
Yep. Yes, he is.
Definitely nosy cunt. Yeah. Yeah, well, I pay the utilities and stuff like here. I pay like the pay TV, internet. I've put them on. I pay for them, and I pay the electricity. But she pays like the rent and the water, and the lease is in her name. So I would have been shit out of luck with that. I also pay for the car, but the car's mine. Oh yeah, fair enough.
Damn it. Something stuck in the throat.
Must be all that pre-cum.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
That's what it was.
Yeah, definitely.
It was. Actually, I think it's a piece of coconut.
Oh, coconut. Where'd you have pad thai?
No, coconut popsicle.
Oh, okay. I thought here was going to be some exotic dish that she's created, and it's a fucking goddamn popsicle.
No. Tonight's dinner was fried eggs and rice.
Oh, okay.
Simple.
Yeah. They've actually implemented a whole heap of shit in MechWarrior now. They've attempted to fix the friends list, so now you can physically refresh it. They're reworking.
No, you can't.
Huh?
No, you can't. There's no refresh. It doesn't work.
Refresh button. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
There's a refresh button. You can click it.
Yeah, they gave us the button we wanted, but it doesn't work.
They've reorganized the friends list so that you can go by clan, by last online. They tell you how long people have been online, and stuff like that, by groups. So it looks alright in that aspect. None of it works, but you know, they've done it. They're reworking maps, they've reworked heat.
I'm not so sure some of the changes are good, but...
Of course, yeah, some of the heat's good, some of the bad. Dissipation's awesome now, but they've killed high alpha for clans. IS now can brawl and have long range, so that's awesome to deal with.
Oh, the big problem is that new change with where you lose the torso and your heat cap drops, and you'll like almost instant
that's
overheat.
A good one. I keep getting caught out
bullshit.
with that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. Here, have a new toy, but we're going to keep the batteries for it. Exact same thing. Let him finish that load there, because I've got the same spot.
Morning.
It's they don't change anything in this game very often, and everything's so slow. You don't see a lot of players. So, like, if I went to Oregon, there'd be heaps of people up there because that's the new state. But I'm taking a lot of loads around Vegas.
India's legged.
So it's, you don't come across so many people. Yeah, I know, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be so good if you were able to just fucking slam it in there and unload? On the plus side, they've just implemented in this game that you can own your own trailers. So now you back the trailer up and you leave with the same trailer. You just have to press a separate button to unload your truck. Well, that's the thing. In the alpha version, there is no traffic in this, but if I went into the single player game, there actually is traffic, and it gets pretty bad. Like, the AI is just fucking hopeless a lot of the times. I do the event in multiplayer because I don't have to deal with traffic. I'm gonna have to turn this truck around and do it from the other direction like that guy did, I think. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to turn the truck around and do it from the other way. There's not enough angle to reverse this truck.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's kind of how they've added it with the AI. Like, the biggest gripe I have with the AI on this game, and I was talking about it the other day, is when you're leaving the, well, when they're leaving the exit for, leaving the highway for an exit in lane 2, they come to the exit speed on the highway. So if you're doing 70 miles an hour and they're getting off the exit, they'll brake to 50 miles per hour or lower to get on the exit, and you have nowhere to go but right into the back of it. Get the right angle, fucking goddamn it.
What the?
Not enough room to turn this truck around yet.
This is like the weirdest match.
Wow, what's going on?
Well, it's a domination on 6-2 in our favor.
Domination on where?
Terra Therma.
Okay.
But because it's a solo queue, we've got, I think, out of the 24 players in the game, I think there's something like 18 assaults.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's weird. We're gonna win.
They do have a form of VR. I'm not sure if it's full, like, Oculus Rift VR, but they have something for that's called Track IR that's used with it, that runs off an infrared camera with LEDs on, like, a hat or something like that. They use the Track IR mainly for flight sims, and it does track your head left and right. So the Track IR is the only branded company out there. There are people that make their own versions using a PlayStation webcam with an IR lens, but they're about 180 Australian dollars. They're not bad. I just don't want to invest that kind of money until this game is more complete. They also have a steering shifting knob on here that's like the same price, and it's actually got the hat switch and the left thumb switch and a button for your Jake brake. They've got all that. These mirrors are out because I can't fucking see where I've got to park this properly. So I'm going to adjust these mirrors too. The truck's crooked. Yeah. So that's the next thing to do. If I stay in this truck long enough, I'll fix the mirrors.
Not bad. 32. Top damage. Straighten out, gimme.
Yeah, the mirrors are off on this truck because I grabbed the truck from another driver and just started driving it.
I'm just waiting for you to back into that Airstream.
Yes, I haven't bothered getting a new truck. I'll get the brand new VHL truck that they've got, and I'll fix the mirrors on it. So these are the three trucks that are in game. They got the 389, which is the truck that I love. W900, which is what I was just driving. The T680, which is Volvo's new truck. The 579, which is Peterbilt's brand new truck. And they've just added... Where is it? The Volvo VNL, which is Volvo's newest truck. Yeah, fucking, I'd love to get a VR, but my computer can't run a VR really very well either.
You'd have to up your graphics card
Yeah.
and some RAM.
Well, RAM's not an issue. I've got slots for RAM.
Yeah, but you'd still have to add it, is my point.
Yeah, the graphics card's the hard part, whereas if I had Track IR, that's a USB thing. That'll be able to run Track IR because it's just head tracking. So that wouldn't be as much of an issue for me. So I'll do a load with that. That'll probably throw me back to Vegas again. And I'll take a load from Ontario, I think. Instead of being in Vegas, I'll jump to Ontario. Do I have a... Yeah, I do have a garage in Ontario. Yeah, I've just got a fan in mine, like a standard fan, desktop fan, $10 from Kmart, plugs into the USB port, have my case open, I just blow the fan into that. That does more than what I need it to do. Loads, okay, external contract from Ontario. Where's the Christmas shit? Use packaging. Packets. Come on, Christmas shit. Christmas shit. Are they not doing it in Ontario? What the fuck? International gift delivery.
So that person that's on the screen, that's supposedly your driver, is that just like a default picture? Or...
Yeah, pretty much. Just default picture. I don't know if you can add your own. I've never tried. So theoretically, I should be able to take that from anywhere. So where the fuck is my Christmas gifts?
Under the tree.
Empty pallet, pallets, prefab, pallets, packaging, pallets. Yeah, back in the day, I was never thin like that. Fuck, that prick got in my way, it would have been my breakfast. I've been 6'2", and I was 6'2", 110 kilos in 7th grade, so that made me 14.
7th grade, you were like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Although, unless it's no, since you're at the
well, we
planet.
go 1 to 6. That's elementary school, and then 7 to 12 is high school, and then anything from 12 on is TAFE or college.
Okay, well, it's pretty similar. I mean, we do 1 to 6 is elementary, then usually 7 and 8 is middle school, sometimes 6th grades in middle school, and then everything after that's high school, until you get to college.
Okay. Yeah, so like 14 I've been... Nah, it's got to be, 12 or 13 I've been 6'2", 110 kilos. Then I broke vertebrae in my back when I was 16 and ballooned to like 170. And then since I've recovered from my back injury, I've been sitting at like 130. Just can't find this fucking load I need. 18 in 7th grade. Come on, Christmas gifts, for fuck's sake. I might have to shift to somewhere else.
Just do something in Reno.
I can try. Jackpot, Elko.
I'll wave as you drive down Pyramid Highway.
Eli.
Oh, not Ely. It's not Eli. It's
Reno. Do I have a
There you
garage
go.
in Reno?
I don't know. That's Elko, Winnemucca.
Oh, Reno's left side, closer to the border. I didn't realize how close to the border you actually were.
Oh yeah, I'm like
You're like
as the crow flies. I'm like
you're
maybe
like, what,
15.
3 hours from Truckee? Maybe a little bit more?
Oh no, I'm like 45 minutes from Truckee.
Oh, are you? Oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Maybe an hour, depending on traffic and the weather, to Truckee.
Yeah, she's gonna have a bath, I think. We got some paint away stuff for her to soak in. Help her back out a little bit. Okay, garages. Maybe I'll go to San Francisco and see if I can get one from there. I'm not sure if I've got a garage in Reno. I got one in Otero, Portland, Salem, Roswell, Santa Fe, San Diego, Phoenix, Elko, Vegas, Sacramento, and San Francisco. Let me travel to San Francisco, see if I can get one from there. Yeah, she weighs about as much as my left leg on a good day. Let's try San Francisco, Bulldozer, candy canes to Arizona. Do I want to go to Arizona, but
You can see Cammy.
I can go to Oxnard.
Ew.
Take
That's
Christmas
better than
candles to
Bakersfield.
Oxnard. Where else can I go? That's my two choices. Oxnard or Arizona.
I'd go to Arizona before I'd go to Oxnard.
$38,000 Christmas canes. That's a lot of candy canes. 18,000 kilograms of candy canes.
It's a lot of that's a shitload. That's like a dentist wet dream right there.
Fucking oath. Rocky Mountain oysters.
Ew.
Fucking raining.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
These trucks are a lot quieter than their other trucks. I'll drive 20 miles for this trailer. wormhole trucking. That maybe if I start a new profile, that'll be the next name.
What is it?
My company's called Blacktop Trucking.
Uh-huh.
You know, most truck drivers refer to the road as blacktop.
Right.
And because Bobo's seen me drive through some stuff, he set a ship calling it wormhole trucking.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Wormhole trucking, drive through shit. It works. Volvos have a stupid big tank butt. Like their range is just unbelievable long. At least in this game they do. Trying to find how much until empty. $246-gallon tank. Maybe it's got a small tank as the other one, so I got the big one. What a spot to put the trailer. Yeah, 40 to 1 mile driven in game is 40 miles on road. Another trucker needs a rear alarm on yours for. I wonder if these guys are going to clip. Oh, he doesn't have a load. No worries, Bobo. I'll be around for about half an hour still before I jump off. Feel free to hang around. And now, because he's picked up a load in my truck, I can't fucking move. Well, you can join the convoy. I'm not really convoying anywhere, but I'm driving from San Francisco to Phoenix, and if you can find me along the way, you're welcome to drive with me. Alright, well I'm slowly moving at 65. Yeah, US server, the one at the bottom is most populated. I'm still moving from San Fran to Arizona, but doing the Christmas loads. Losing in a VNL title. I'm not sure what my title in the game is. Let me pull it up for you. Big Ant 289, Blacktop Trucking's the company. If you happen to find me. Drive slowly to give this guy a chance to catch up. Is my Discord locked up again, Frontline? See me as I'll pull over and fix it. That'll give me a chance to catch up as well. Mic check. Oh, it's locked up. Okay. Let me pull over here. Mic check.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll be back in 5 minutes, maybe.
Alrighty,
Okay.
no worries.
Got a dumb team.
Why is that not centering for me?
Doesn't want to.
Apparently not. Why fucking one thing after another.
I wonder if Discord locking up on you has anything to do with you streaming.
Yeah, I don't know. And now,
Because it didn't used to do that to you.
yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with it. And now my keyboard doesn't want to work either.
Jesus.
What is going on? Must sort of wants to work, but even that's not working. I may have to restart this game. So I can't drive down the road with my hazard lights on. Did this game fucking... Did Discord crash my game?
Possible.
Alright, I'm gonna load out and load back in, guys. I have no choice. Just bear with me. It's not what I want.
God, there's some bad in this match.
Fucking oath. Yeah, I don't know whether it's Streamlabs that... yeah, either Streamlabs is causing the issues, or whether it's Discord going into streamer mode. But, it keeps fucking with shit. And it's like every 10 minutes Discord drops out.
Huh.
And I'm not sure what the issue is. I gotta figure it out, Buck, because if I don't figure it out, it's not gonna... That's just gonna keep causing problems. Like, how am I gonna keep streaming if I've got to keep stopping what I'm doing to turn Discord off and then back on again to do anything? That's just causing a fucking headache. Alright, that's off.
4 kills.
Good night, Oval. I am Prime. If you are still heading towards me, there's a good chance you've probably passed me now. I'm just outside of San Francisco. I'm taking my first exit. And we'll see what the exit name is shortly. So I'm taking the Fresno exit. Turning left off the Fresno exit. Filling up, but I'll stop at this servo, I'll top off and I'll give you a couple of minutes to catch up, and then I'll have to keep moving because I'm running out of time for this stream.
Oh yeah!
I am heading to Phoenix in Arizona from San Francisco. You're heading out of Vegas, so I'm probably going to end up driving past you if you're coming from Vegas, because I'm heading from San Francisco. I'm probably not going to end up going anywhere near Vegas. I could probably detour and probably detour from where I am, head through Bakersville, Barstow, through Kingman, and then down that way, and meet you in Kingman, but your time it takes me to get there, you'd be miles out of Vegas. I'm not sure what to do there, man. Detour Bakersfield, Detour Barstow, Kingman. That's a 15-hour trip. I can't do that. Alright, well, I can organise with you. I guess the option I can have is organise with you. I'll be streaming tomorrow. And I can definitely organise to do a load with you tomorrow if we organise through Discord. Yeah, you can meet me in Phoenix, but I'm probably going to end the stream when I get to Phoenix because I'm in Australia and it's getting really close to my dinner time. And as being a full-time carer, I can't just tell the person I'm caring for they need to wait for their dinner. Probably, well, yeah, theoretically, I probably could meet Charlene, but it really depends on how long she's in the bath for. If she's going to relax for an hour in the bath, I probably could buy a little bit of extra time, but not. Okay. So it's probably going to be a no with extending the stream. I do plan on doing a 12-hour stream at some point. Until after Christmas, unless you get lucky and I do it on the 23rd or something. And I'll be playing everything from City Skylines to MechWarrior to this to ETS to Long Dark. And if I can get the fucking crew to work, it'll probably be the crew as well. Although that's been a bit of a prick at the moment and not wanting to load on my computer properly.
Did you try reinstalling it yet?
No, that's such a big game. That's going to be something I'll have to do overnight. Install it. It took like 2 hours to install the other day for some reason. Try and meet me in Edinburgh. That could work. Potentially. Problem with MP is I've got to stop my truck every time I want to check on that, which kind of sucks. But yeah, hit apostrophe Discord if you haven't seen it already. That'll give you a direct link. It doesn't expire to my private Discord where I can meet with followers and whatnot to play games with. I'm completely open to play games with people, especially on this game. You know, the more people you can drive with, the better. There's a few other games I play. I play ASO. If anyone plays that, I play on the NA server. Of that, I've got characters from tanks to healers to mortars to all sorts of different things. So, guys, if you follow EP, we've got big groups of PvP a lot there. I do mainly PvE stuff. I play this in ETS2 a couple of hours a day, although for the stream I started a new profile on ETS2, so it's going to be a couple of streams before I actually get into the multiplayer on ETS side of things. But yeah, definitely, if you want, we can organise from whatever time zone you're into my time zone, and we can do a joint trip from somewhere to somewhere else in a couple of hours on here for sure. I think I've actually seen you around in multiplayer before, by chance. That name does look somewhat familiar. Maybe I've seen you in, what's his name, Pride Chaser stream, possibly, or maybe even Squirrels. The name does look somewhat familiar. Confident I've seen that name somewhere. Is my Discord locked up again, Frontline?
Not that I can tell.
You never know, because it's just sometimes, especially with Chase. Chase is my name, or whatever the other subscriber.
Oh yeah, that's my name.
Yeah, he keys up, and I can never tell if he's keyed up because he's spoken or if he's keyed up because possibly thinking about actually getting a VTC as well under the name of Blacktop Trucking. I don't know if it's worth doing that at this point and make it like a subscriber trucking company or not. I haven't really looked into it, and I don't play this as much as I should to really warrant getting a VTC. I only named Blacktop Trucking because that's what my trucking company's name is in game, and it has been since I started playing it. And I kind of didn't want anyone to steal. I guess it's not really stealing, but use that same name. Although I'm sure there's something out there that's similar already.
Fuck.
Everyone's plans for Christmas, but you going to see Frontline? You and the girlfriend going up to see
What?
her parents and Kelly for Christmas? Are they still in Kelly? And Discord's gone again. Check. Discord's gone again.
Levels on the other side of this QP I'm in, and
levels on the other side.
he, I kiddingly said to their team, 50 MC if you team kill level. I think he took me seriously. What an idiot.
Yeah, level's weird, and he can't come over to our Discord and bitch because I don't think level's got this one, and it's not that I don't want him to have it. It's just that. He never got the invite. I tell you, this Twitch achievement of trying to get 5 people to talk at once in a chat when you're just starting off streaming seems to be like the hardest thing to get going, trying to create a conversation with more than one person. Like I said, I've got 5 viewers, and I think one of them is either hosting me, so I've really got 4 viewers. But even trying to get some form of a conversation out of people, it's just like banging your head against the wall sometimes. You get 1 or 2 friendly people that are awesome to chat to, but then, and I do it, I'm terrible for it, but I work real bad. Sit in someone's channel and I'll watch their stream and play my games while I'm watching their stream. I won't talk, but from the other side of it now, where I'm streaming, trying to get people to talk, it's hard work to try and get people talking in your stream. And my mic's done again. Discord is a massive pain in my ass. I should have stopped. I know. You're one of those drivers. Check. I fucking go off at those drivers too. I didn't think I was going to grab the wheel ID. Stupid. And that's why you don't text and drive. Next thing on the list is going to be a track IR eventually at some point, so I don't have to keep using my paddles to look left and right like I do. So it'll be a track IR eventually, and then I want to contact, I don't know whether it's CSIR that I still do it or not, but get one of the shifters that have the hand switches on it. That'll be the next thing on my list to look at getting. If anyone's got that sort of setup, I've seen some modding communities in Facebook, and they have like the whole filter box next to them that have got, all the stuff to connect your trailer and your air and all that sort of stuff sitting next to them, and they're worth $180, $200. Just don't know if I want to invest this much. If I was playing this game for 10 hours a day, I'd probably look at doing that. thanks for the follow, man. Really appreciate that. I-40 out of Kingman. Alright, let me check my process. I'll pull over and see how I'm doing and if I'm going to go to Kingman. So I'm not sure if I'm still heading to Kingman or not. I've just passed Bakersfield. I-40. Alright, out of Kingman. So let me swing up to Barstow and head towards Kingman. That way we should meet up at some point. So I ordered my map. Hopefully I'll meet up with you. Are you talking about before I changed my route or since I've changed my route? Because I just changed it to go up to Barstow. stove, then it'll put me on, what's that, 58? Yeah, put me on 58, that's right. And then I'll throw me through Kingman and then straight back down to Phoenix. Yeah, I've still got to learn a lot of the roads in the States since I'm from Australia. Don't regularly have to know them, so generally I just follow the GPS unless I specifically want to go down a certain town, and I'll go through that one. Generally it's a road I haven't driven on yet. But anyone that's in channel that has a Discord that they want to or wants to use Discord, I have a Discord server. If you hit 'Discord, it will bring up a permanent link, and you can come and jump into their Discord. They're at one voice channel and one text channel at the moment, but I will be adding more shortly. If it gets busy enough as I need to, I will. I also have a couple of people that I play games regularly with. If you hit 'remember, it'll show you Mark Eli's channel, and I play multiple games with him, and also apostrophe also will give you another channel with someone that I'm playing MWO with. It's worth checking out if you enjoy variety streams, because we all play a range of games. I think Mark Eli just finished, whoops, wet road, that was my fuck up, not paying attention. Mark Eli is currently just finishing Assassin's Creed after 80 something hours. I'm not sure what the next game he'll be playing is. On the I-15, then I-40, off GPS route to exit route 5. Alright, well, we'll do our best. We'll, like I said, it's time sensitive at this point. I kind of want to get this delivery finished as well, since it's a World of Trucks one. You know, it's only real life time on there, and I won't be on this until this time tomorrow, so the delivery will expire. We'll do our best to try and meet up, but like I said, 6:30 hits, which is half an hour away, and this gets shut down to start cooking dinner. It doesn't help that I'm coming towards you at only 50 or 65 miles per hour. What is this saying? It's going to send me through the loop, is it? Why is it doing that? That's stupid. So the 95 connects through Kingman, is that right? Past the way station. Gas station. Then you'll take the exit. Alright. Let's see if we can match this up then. Takes you back to the I-5. Back direct route to Phoenix. So there's a way station on the I-40. I-10. Alright. So you wanted me to jump off the I-40 to the I-95, and the I-95 will run me down to Phoenix rather than going I-95, rather than going I-40 through Kingman and then the 10 back down to whatever that other town was. I'll not go through Kingman. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop at this way station. Past the way station, past the gas station. Take that exit. I-5. East Kingman. Go on the I-10. Alright.
1
resume. Exit for the 95, half mile. Alright. Bear in mind when we get close to each other, I have probably an exceedingly high ping, being from Australia on an American server, so you're going to have to bear with the, I think you want to turn right. I will be clipping a lot, and probably a lot of rubber banding. So yeah, just bear in mind that I'll probably rubber band a lot having such a high ping. Shower 33, there you go. I'll set slow to give you a chance to catch up. I'll set it about 35 miles. So I'll slow right down until I see you in the mirror since you're all in a double. About 30 mile an hour.
This is me behind you.
Nice, bud. Just give me a bit when you want me to start speeding up. Driving Peterbilt, but since this truck's come out, I thought I'd give it a bit of a go. It's not terrible, it's got a decent range, bigger than the other trucks, and it probably hauls a little bit better, but it just, to me it seems a little slow getting up to speed. Maybe it's got more torque, for sure, it's not as loud. Like when you haul in a truck, you want a big loud truck with big thick stacks on it. It just doesn't seem to have the same feel to it. See how far behind you are. About 100 meters, alright. Still close. Yeah, jump on my Discord, man. Put in, where you are and your time zone, and we can work out a time to do more than one rush load together if that's something you're interested in doing. I'm more than happy to do loads together, and if we got the same game, say ESO or something like that, play together there. That's no drama for me. Sort of thing. So I'm capped at 65 miles per hour with this load. I'm not sure if you are or not, but that's my top speed. Yeah, well, I'll be jumping off in about 25 minutes. I'm done for the night. I'm a full-time caregiver for someone who's not well. I live in with them, so their dinner time is 6:30. So I normally turn my computer off and shut everything down at 6:30. I go and make their dinner, and I generally watch TV with them until they go to bed, and then I jump into bed myself at about like 11 o'clock at night, and I'll jump back on my computer roughly about 9-10 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, and I'll play MechWarrior Online until about 12 o'clock, 1ish, and then I choose a random game from there. But I'll generally stream most of that. MechWarrior Online's another game. Another game that I play. I've got over 6,000 hours in that game. second in command for a unit on that game, so I spent quite a lot of time over there. Once SCS, not that they're not doing a great job, but once they pull their finger out with this game, and do I follow this exit? You know? I'm sort of lost as to where I am at this point.
Yeah, we'll take this exit.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's why I haven't set up a stream schedule at this point, because as a full-time carer you can't have a stream schedule because my scheduling will depend on...
I'm United States Eastern Standard Time. I'll join the Discord after we drop off to slow.
Alright, no worries, man. That's too easy. But yeah, that's just... As a full-time carer, you know, your scheduling is set by the health of the person you're caring for, and if she's sick, I may not stream for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If she's well, then you know you can stream while she's healthy, with the exception of jumping up to make lunch and coffees and things like that for her. Way station? Are you kidding? I ought to pull in this way station. Pickup on this thing just isn't as fast as I'd like it to be. pull over, man. I'm gonna close this window. Getting water into this window is going to end up soaking my second monitor and blow my monitor out on me. Alright, let's start again.
We should hit Phoenix within the next 10 minutes.
7 minutes, alright. Yeah, because this it's throwing me off a little bit. Keeps telling me 7 hours and feeling lost. Let's start to speed up. So should I take this next exit then? Is this the exit I want then?
We keep going straight. Got that window closed, Charmaine, next to you? Right, because I'm getting hail hitting this window. Oh, my window I am. Fucking... Yeah, I'm actually worried about a break in this window. Pissed if it does. Hey, copy.
Copy. What's up?
Okay, I lost connection to the server there for a second. So I thought I lost completely dropped connection, but apparently it reconnected me.
Alright, it's showing me about 300 meters in front of you, so I'm just going to cruise down at 50 k's until you catch up, or 50 miles until you catch up.
Oh no, I'm catching up right now. It's just I lost connection to the server.
Okay, so I'm going to take this exit.
Yeah. And then go ahead and pull over and take off the waypoint for Kingman and should route you to your drop-off location.
Alright, start off again.
The road is probably going to the airport.
far do you have to go? How far do you have? Because I've got 5 minutes. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the stream now because I'm completely out of time. Post my Discord here for anyone who's still in stream and wants it. And I will be streaming more than likely tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining.